Okay, I'm going to start a little YouTube series on something that's going to be several weeks long. I'm going to go over something what we call the immutable laws of real estate. And I get these from our real estate coach, one of our coaches, Wayne Frederick. Like I said, he's a real estate coach that used to sell real estate, but now he mainly just coaches. And he's really, really good. And there's 24 laws. Some of them apply to realtors only. So I'm going to kind of skip some of those and just go to the ones that are like to the public that you as a seller or a buyer can use and apply whenever it comes to buying and selling a home. So this is actually law number 2. This is called control. And real estate is all about control. One party has more control over the other. It's never a level playing field. So, as a seller, you have five areas that you're in control of. This is how you get in control of a real estate transaction as a seller. Number 1, time on the market. Time is not your friend, okay? Our sellers always think that, oh, I have time, I'm not in a hurry, blah, blah, blah. Time is not your friend. The longer your home is on the market, the less likely you are to get your price. Even if you price it too high, that doesn't help. That's not great because then you start coming down and then you're more likely to get an offer that's not where you want it to be, those kinds of things. So time on the market. Price. Obviously, if you price it right, you should get it sold depending on, property specific, where it's at, all that good stuff. You should get that bad boy sold pretty quickly. Here's something that I've read, or actually Wayne said this that I wrote down that I thought was really good because it's so stinking true. Your home isn't worth less because you're in a hurry. Your home is not worth less because you're in a hurry. Your home is not worth more because you have time. So, because you have time, sellers, listen to this, because you're not in a hurry to get your home sold, and it comps out at $300,000, doesn't mean you can list it at $350,000 and you're going to get $350,000 just because you're not in a hurry. Your home is worth what it's worth, okay? No matter what your situation is, basically. Ease of showing. This is one that we don't think about a whole lot. Ease of showing. So as a seller, you can block off times to show your home. You can require a 24-hour notice to show your home. And this doesn't make much sense, but it's also true that if you don't let a buyer come look at your home and you tell them tomorrow or whatever, most of the time they're not going to come back and look at your home. Unless you got one of those properties that's just really unique that they just really need to see, those kinds of things. Most of the time they're not coming to look at your home. So ease of showing, don't require, obviously there's things if you got kids, whatever, but most of the part, if someone wants to see your home, do what you can do to get that buyer in your home to see your house. You want these people in your house looking at it. Condition, your house needs to be at or better than market condition, okay? If 3 homes have sold on your block that are nicer than yours, you're not listing at that same price that they got and expecting to get that money because the condition needs to be at those or better than those. And then the terms. These are things like closing date. So like, do you need 120 days to close? Is it going through probate? Are you trying to sell it as is? If you're trying to sell it as is, unless there's a reason or you're willing to price it lower, that's usually not a good thing. What I tell people is, well, most of the time during a transaction, the things that a buyer are asking for are usually like minute that you could have just taken care of instead of marketed as is. And if there is something that's big, then it probably needs to be fixed anyway. So as is, I usually try to talk people out of it because it's usually not the best way to go. So your 5 ways to be in control as a seller: time on the market, price, ease of showing, condition, and the terms at which you're offering your house up at. Buyer control. When does it flip and become then the buyer becomes in control? Time on the market. The longer your house is sitting on the market, the buyers are gaining control of your house. And condition. If your house isn't up to the standards of other houses, then the buyer's in control of that because you priced it at this when it should be priced at this because the condition isn't where it needs to be. So anyway, I know that's quick. I hope that helps you, at least gives you something to think about, at least explains it a little bit. If you have further questions, holler at me and we can talk about it.